Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the 9th Annual Relay for Life of Temple City. I'm your MC, Clark Macy. Our team is strong, flexible, and determined to take a stand against cancer. And when the volunteer committee found out that we couldn't fill Temple City Park this year, the group flipped a switch and decided online is the way to go to raise awareness and funds for the American Cancer Society. Thank you to the City of Temple City for being our presenting sponsor for tonight's event. Survivors, teams, sponsors, and community members, thank you for standing together even when apart. And now I'd like to introduce Daniela Berrigan and Kim Warner, your event co-chairs, to say a few words.
This is our 9th Relay for Life of Temple City, and we're so proud to be here and happy you're here with us. Cancer doesn't stop, even in a pandemic. All of the funds raised go towards research for the American Cancer Society and services for cancer patients right here in our community.
Our first relay was held in July of 2012. I had a bald head and just finished chemo. My friends and family gathered together to form a team in support of me. This is what Relay is about. To celebrate the cancer survivors, we stand with you. We know the journey isn't easy, and we are here for you even if we are physically apart.
Now I would like to introduce Marlise Reyna. She's an 8th grade science teacher at Oak Avenue in Temple City and comes from a huge, loud, loving Italian family. Marlise, it's an honor for you to share your story with us.
Hi, I'm thrilled to be here with you today and truly grateful to be alive and still in this fight. I've never been someone who's really good at describing myself to others. You know, like those assignments you got in school when it was like an icebreaker activity. Those activities always gave me so much anxiety. Even with my own students today, I see many of them struggle to do this. The obvious adjectives I've used for myself were kind, nurturing, patient, extrovert, but it never really went too much beyond that. It wasn't until I was diagnosed with cancer that those responses now come easily. Survivor, warrior, positive even in the worst scenarios, makes the best out of any situation, and a force to be reckoned with. Hope and faith have become the most powerful words in my personal description and vocabulary. I was diagnosed with stage 3C ovarian cancer on May 10th, 2019. The median age for this type of cancer is 63. I was 34. There's no history of this cancer in my family, so lucky me. But I've been a fighter since birth. I was born 2.5 months premature, so expect no less in my battle against cancer. To take the story back a bit, I decided to freeze my eggs after being treated for endometriosis. I had surgery, and my gynecologist suggested I consult with a fertility doctor to discuss egg retrieval. She saw it as insurance, knowing how much I wanted a family. 3 months after I froze my eggs, I started experiencing some strange symptoms, such as bloating, frequent urination, and swelling of my extremities. I went back to my gynecologist, and I clearly remember being in her office and going over my CT scan results, and her sliding this business card across her table, and the top of it read, City of Hope. From there, I remember my heart sank, and my eyes welled up with tears. From there, everything progressed so quickly. I met with my surgeon who told me I had to prepare for 3 things: ovarian cancer, full hysterectomy, chemotherapy. I mean, there had been no evidence of ovarian cancer throughout the many ultrasounds when I was freezing my eggs in that egg retrieval process, but the hormones that I injected in my body daily caused that unseen cancer to grow exponentially. So after sharing lots of tears with my family, I asked the surgeon if we could wait. And of course, that was not an option. So I told my principal and my work family and made lesson plans for the remainder of the school year. And it was hard telling my students that I couldn't finish the year with them. It really was. But I remember being strong and having it together somehow and being really upbeat in my delivery. I did share details and they didn't ask, but we did share lots of hugs and some tears. Because we weren't 100% certain that I had cancer, I thought it was best to wait until I really was sure. So my last day of work, May 9th, I received the most amazing surprise. Every single teacher on my team and every single one of our students, I think it was like 173, they were all outside in our front lawn with a giant poster that was painted so beautifully, and it read, "Miss Raina, you mean the world to us." I mean, that was just so thoughtful and beautiful, and I felt so loved and empowered and ready to face the next day. So next day was my surgery. It took 8.5 hours, and I woke to the following news. Yes, it was ovarian cancer. Yes, I had a full hysterectomy. Yes, I had to do chemotherapy. But one more thing, add colostomy to my new life. After removing the tumors, so much of my cancer still remained in my abdominal area, and my doctor used the analogy of it was like throwing sticky rice onto it, so it was impossible for him to remove it all. So he had to remove 3 feet of my colon. See, I had about 10 days to process the other 3 factors, but the colostomy, hearing about that, I really had no clue what it was or how it worked, so I just really remember feeling so angry and so defeated. But the 8 days of my hospital stay really were quite beautiful. I was surrounded by so much love from my family, friends, and my work family. My students sent letters, and my dad read several to me each evening. My room was filled with the wonderful smell of food that everybody brought, which of course I wasn't allowed to eat yet. It was filled with those letters, cards, pictures, balloons, stuffed animals. It had such great ambiance, very healing. But I never also spent a night alone. My cousins and my teacher friends took turns spending the night with me. It was actually quite a party, really. With my family, everything leads to a party. Once I was released from the hospital, I decided to avoid the internet. Honestly, it wasn't an act of denial, but more so a choice of positivity. While recovering at my parents' home, I had this sudden wave of heat come over me. It was really weird. It was even in my eyeballs. It was quite scary, and my mom and home health nurse just happened to be there and explained that I was going through menopause. Add that to my list of changes, right? But what really inspired me during my recovery was searching hashtags on Instagram, honestly. It was seeing women going through the same thing that I'm experiencing. The colostomy that I was so terrified of became less terrifying when I watched videos of this upbeat girl who just happened to be around my age showing how to care for it. When the side effects seemed too much to bear, I would read about how other women suffering and what they were going through, and I found the strength I needed. During chemo, I was blessed not to have nausea and vomiting, thank goodness, but I endured other side effects, one being the loss of my hair. You can see it's coming back in nicely. True to form, I found a way to turn it into a party. I decided to let go of the agony of experiencing more of my hair loss in chunks, and I decided to have a buzz party and shave my head. All my family and friends showed up wearing really fun wigs, and while I got my hair buzzed, they decided to get buzzed on their drinks of choice. It really was a memorable and fun event. As I fought through chemo, I did what I could to stay strong and active. And I had days like everybody where I felt sad, angry, alone. But I knew I needed to fight for myself, fight for my family, fight for my friends, fight for the job that I love so much, and fight for the future family I'm determined to have. Remember, I did freeze my eggs. Speaking of a family of my own, I ended up having my 3rd date in the hospital. Yes, you heard that correctly. I had my 3rd date while staying in the hospital. And he is now my boyfriend. It was actually a bit awkward of a 3rd date, really, but honestly, looking back, it felt perfectly natural. Like he was supposed to be there, like we'd known each other for years. I told him everything, and in my dilaudid haze, I remember him holding my hand and telling me that his faith was strong and that he was in. And this incredible man, Brock, has been by my side since. Throughout this battle, I've met so many incredible people. And because of COVID, we're not allowed to enter City of Hope with anyone. We have to go through those doors alone for surgeries, for appointments, for chemo. And I sometimes feel lonely and scared, but the staff at City of Hope are like a second family to me now. This is a unique time in our country's history, and I'm very fortunate to have the staff at City of Hope. And I also officially started chemotherapy a couple weeks ago, so I may not be in remission, but I'm on a mission to live my best life. So I want to take a moment and thank my work family, the Oak Royals, and my Relay for Life team, Raina's Royals, for being so supportive. And I want to thank my family and my friends, and most of all, my parents, Marty and Lisa, for helping me laugh, heal, thrive, and hope. Your unwavering support has meant everything to me. I hope to continue to spread awareness about ovarian cancer and do my best to be there for women. Ovarian cancer is known as the silent killer. Far too often, it is misdiagnosed as gastrointestinal or even stress. We know our bodies better than anyone, so please push for answers. Be your own advocate. There's no test for ovarian cancer, and there's far too few treatment options. We must raise awareness and the funds necessary for research and treatment. So I want to leave you with this here today, with what we started with from the beginning. And I want to ask you, how do you describe yourself? How do you want to make your mark in this life? Prior to my cancer, the things that used to occupy my mind now seem so trivial. Since my cancer, who I am, what I stand for, and what I want out of life comes easily. So do something that your future self would be proud of. Whether you're in treatment, a survivor, or a healthy individual, we all need to live our best life. Thank you.
Thank you, Marlise. I know your relay team, Raina's Royals, is cheering you on as well as the rest of the Temple City community. The Luminaria ceremony is one of the most moving parts of Relay for Life. It is a time to honor our cancer survivors and remember those we lost to cancer. There's also pictures of loved ones along Los Tunas Drive next to each purple ribbon. Joining us now are Kim Wunner and Stacy Hazlett.
The Luminaria bags, each one representing a treasured relationship, each with a name and a story to tell. They are our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, our sons, our daughters, our friends, and our loved ones. We love these people. We remember them, we celebrate them, and we reflect on how the disease has touched each of us personally. It is time for us to look inside ourselves with quiet reflection to find hope. No matter what our experience with cancer has been, we all share the hope that we will one day live in a world where no one will ever have to hear the words, "You have cancer." As these luminarias glow through the night, they represent our shared vision for a cancer-free future.
Tonight I light this candle, a poem. I miss being able to see you. I miss talking to you every day. But up to God's kingdom in heaven, you have finally found your way. Tonight I light a candle to let you know I still care. But that is not the end of it. I have a message I want to share. In just a few short hours, this candle may burn out, but the passion you put inside me will always be what I'm about. Tomorrow this candle I have lit, it may be taken and it may be gone, but the admiration I have for you, that will continue to rage on. You are still with me in every breath that I take, and you are still with me in every decision that I make. You have given me precious memories, and those memories are here to stay. They are treasures from my soul that can never be taken away. So tonight I light this candle, but this candle is only a small part of the deep love for you that will always be in my heart.
It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face.
I'd like for us all to join together in a moment of silence to remember why we relay. We relay because by celebrating, remembering, and fighting back, together we find hope. We turn our sorrows into celebration and convert our loss into action. We know we have made a difference, and we will continue to make a difference until there is a cure.
As we mentioned earlier, the City of Temple City has been a great partner and sponsor for us over the years, and we now welcome Mayor Tom Chavez.
Good evening, everyone. What a pleasure it is to be able to join you this evening to celebrate our 9th annual Relay for Life. It's hard to believe that this has been going on for 9 years. I think the first one that we did was actually the first time that I was mayor. So I'm glad to be back. It's amazing. Of course, this year is a virtual ceremony, a lot different than past ceremonies, but we'll get through it. I first want to give a big shout out to Danielle and Kim, of course, our organizers of this year's event, to all the volunteers, everyone who has helped in any way in putting this event together. Thank you so much. Of course, without your help, we would not be able to do this. We all know that cancer does not discriminate. It does not care about pandemics. It does not care about wildfires. It does not care about any other natural disasters. It continues on. And it's only through the hard efforts of people like yourselves that someday we may be able to conquer this terrible disease. Of course, all of us have been affected one way or another. This past year, we lost our longtime secretary in our office to cancer. It was just a terrible thing for both her family and, of course, here in the office. And our prayers certainly go out to them. It's one of those kind of things where, we just have to keep fighting. We have to put our heads together. We have to continue to try to figure out how we can get through all of this. And so I urge all of you to continue to support the Temple City Relay for Life, to support the American Cancer Society and all the work that they do. There's a common theme lately that people like to say, and that is, we will get through this together. This has never been more appropriate than today. And of course, hopefully one day we will get through cancer and the terrible effects of cancer together and conquer this terrible disease. So my prayers go out to all the families who have lost loved ones, to all of those who are still fighting cancer. Stay strong, stay safe, and my prayers certainly go out to all of you. So have a great evening, and I hope to see all of you soon. Take care.
We want to thank our past sponsors for being a big supporter of our event, the Relay of Life at Temple City, for the past 9 years. Our presenting sponsor, the City of Temple City. Silver sponsors, Pinnacle Dentistry and Dr. Tai Mao, Healthcare Partners of Temple City, ALADS, ALADS, Arcadia Radiology Group, and Boston Companies. Our bronze sponsors, The Hat, Kelly Jiggins and Associate Insurance Brokers, and our in-kind sponsors, the Kiwanis Club of Temple City, the Temple City Unified School District, TempleCityPhotos.com, First United Methodist Church, and Alex de Pepe's. Of course, it's you, are volunteers that make our event, the Relay for Life, come to life. This year, they showed their dedication by meeting monthly on Zoom and brainstorming ways to make this event happen in 2020. We would like to thank the leadership team for their commitment. Diana Doy, Donna Giorgino, Gina Aprecio, Janet Smith, Jessica Gasper, Kim Meehan, Kim Sickles, Landy and Danny Lopez, Liz Powell, Elizabeth Sanchez, Lucy Liu, Lynn Hanamoto, Lizette Dock, Mary Sneed, Mary Saxon, Nan Fish, Scott Wardlaw, Stacy Hazlitt, Trisha O'Brien, Walter and Bessie Chavez, Jerry Jambazian, and our event chairs, Daniela Berrigan and Kim Wooner. It's our teams that are the heart of the Relay for Life of Temple City, so thank you to Team We Have No Fear, the Real Housewives of Temple City. Keep calm and fight on. Almy's Angels, TC Crime and Cancer Fighters, Team Amy and Mary, Don't Stop Believin', Team Longden, We Can't Stand Cancer, TCHS American Cancer Society, Reina's Royals at Oak Avenue, Red 88 Media, and Team Miranda.
In both celebrating the lives of those we love and remembering those we have lost, we are motivated to do something, anything, to make sure no one else we care about has to face this disease. We are here together to find hope and keep fighting.
Now's the time to stress the importance of preventing cancer with your family and friends. It could be as simple as reminding them to get a mammogram, a colonoscopy, or an annual skin check. Did you know the American Cancer Society has a phone number you can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? That number is 800-ACS-2345. And that service is possible because of you.
And the website is at the bottom of your screen, relayforlife.org/Temple City CA. Thank you all for being with us tonight and for being a part of the Relay for Life of Temple City. That's 9 years now, and the American Cancer Society. Thank you for helping us to fight back, because together, all of us will defeat this disease.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm like that's what you want.